Welcome back, everybody. It's your main man, Big Eye, the talk of the town. It's the DETVCH.com. Again, heck of a race. A lot of people running, but today I have the privilege, the honor, and to share time and space with my main man, Ciro Poppiti. Ciro, what's going on, bro? How's everything, man?
Everything's great. This is a bucket list. I can scratch it off. I'm on a couch with Big Eye. All right?
No pun intended. Ciro, okay.
Yes, sir.
First off, man, who the heck is Ciro Poppiti, man?
You tell me.
Look, I can break it down in 3 adjectives.
All right, go.
Amazing.
Oh.
Spontaneous. No, I don't want to say spontaneous. I'm going to say amazing, awesome, and amazing.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to just keep it right there. But I want you to tell people who you are.
Who am I? In many ways, I'm my parents' son. Mm-hmm. My parents, lifelong Delawareans. My father, an attorney, and I learned the trade from him. But the thing that my parents taught me, and the thing that who I am, is we believe in humility. Mm-hmm. We believe in hat in hand. And don't talk big, do.
Too big.
Don't talk about it, actually do it.
Right.
And let your actions speak for you.
Right.
So who am I? I'm a very proud son of my parents, Ciro and Louise Poppiti. I'm a proud husband. My wife, Laura, who's also an attorney. Coincidentally, there are 11 Poppitis. Who is this kid? Yes, 11 Poppitis who are lawyers here in Delaware.
Are you serious?
Yes. Now, I'm number 9. But my wife puts a gold star next to her name because she says, Ciro, when I passed the bar, I was pregnant. So she says, I got a gold star. So I can't beat her there.
Gold star moms all the way.
Yeah, exactly.
11 Poppitis, that
have been members of the bar. My uncle died, so there's 10 living who are now members of the bar.
That's amazing.
Exactly. And my father is 81 years old.
And looks like he's like 30.
Yeah, he's 81 years old. He has been practicing 55 years. Okay? And in the last election in Newcastle County, I received 100,000 votes. But most people thought they were voting for him. All right.
Wow.
Yes.
So that name, like in the words of LL, rings bells. But
exactly right.
The Poppiti legacy.
Yeah.
Lives on.
Yeah, we think we're about building it. And Poppiti and Delaware go together. This is where our people are.
Wow.
And for over 100 years, we've been trying to build up, make our community better. And to be honest with you, and you said, who am I? I go back to, I am my parents' son, but I'm a Poppiti. Right. And what that means is that we're trying to help the community. And as a result, there's a lot of goodwill that comes to me, a lot of votes, like I just said, that I don't deserve. And I get it. I get that I'm part of something bigger. And I've got to build up the family name, not try to glom off of it.
Right. Poppiti.
That's it, Poppiti. I like how you say it.
Yeah,
Pop.
You're an amazing guy. I think since the first time I met you, we just clicked. All right. I actually remember you before I met you.
Okay.
I knew you before I met you.
Okay.
And that was Lucas.
Yes. Right.
You know.
Yes. So folks may not know, but I started out as a child actor. That's right. And here again, I applaud my parents who are not theater people, but they empowered me. They said, if you have a dream or you have a talent, go pursue it. And they moved the obstacles out of the way in the best way that they could. Great idea for parents, right? And so I started here at the Delaware Children's Theater. And then through luck and through some skill, I got an agent in New York, and I started going to New York. I left school early, several times, three times a week. I'd leave school at noon, take a bus or a train, or my parents drove me to New York, and began auditioning. And I auditioned for well over a year, but finally I began to do some radio, and then I got my big break in a film called Lucas, something I'm very proud of. Very proud.
You need to be.
Yes,
that was an amazing
with
film.
Charlie Sheen winning, and Winona Ryder, and Cary Green, and of course Corey Haim, Courtney Thorne-Smith. And that was really a coming-of-age film for all of us.
Now, do you still keep in contact with
some?
them?
Yes, and some have clicked off of me a long time ago. But it was such an opportunity being in Lucas, and Siskel and Ebert named that film one of the 10 best of the 1980s.
Wow.
That has opened so many doors for me. And I continued. It's the reason that I got into Princeton University, okay? And I continued acting really through college. The last film I was in was a film with Jerry Stiller,
Okay.
You remember Jerry Stiller? He was Frank Costanza.
Frank Costanza on Seinfeld.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the last film I was in was with him. It was called Fish in the Bathtub, and it was, so I steadily worked. It wasn't just a one-trick pony, right? And then something happened to me. When I graduated from college, and after the first few years, I topped out at college at 252 pounds. Yes. 252 pounds. Yes, I was. And for the first time in my life, doors were closing on me because of that I was 250. I was a very awkward and And I decided for health reasons and personal reasons, I began to lose weight. And when I lost weight, I remember I had a contract with MTV. If you remember in the 90s, MTV was big after school and everything. Yeah. And I had a contract. And there's another step I'm taking with my career. And I went down to sign the contract with MTV, and they said, "Who are you? We want that fat kid. We want the heavy kid. We want the smart aleck kid that we know and love from movies like Lucas."
Right.
And so they called my agent, and they said, "We're not signing this. We're not signing with this kid." And so that essentially ended my professional acting career.
Wow.
Yeah, but how many more doors opened for me? All right, and do I regret it? Not a moment.
Right.
I had the opportunity then to go to law school. I had the opportunity to get elected to office, meet my wife, join the U.S. Army. I've had so many experiences open because I lost weight. So I don't regret it for a moment.
And let's touch on that.
Yeah.
You're a soldier.
I am.
Thank you for your service.
Yes.
But you're also a lawyer in the service.
I am. I'm
the
a
JAG.
JAG. Yes.
Yeah.
And I had we call it the best law firm in Delaware. That's the lawyers who are in the National Guard, Army, and Air. And we do have a great group of soldiers. We had I drilled with Bo Biden.
Okay.
And awesome guy.
Yeah.
Top shelf.
Yeah.
And I actually have his old job at the 261st, which is our brigade in Smyrna.
Okay.
And so I'm a soldier. I drill once a month, 2 weeks a year.
Right.
We do more than that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And I had the pleasure of serving under the one of the finest generals that this country has known. That's Frank Vavla.
Awesome.
Yeah. He is our leader, but also our spiritual leader, and he's the head of our family.
Wow.
So I love being in the Army, and I want to say this, because I know you have a number of police and fire folks and those community members that make a difference who are fans of DETV. And once a month, I put on the uniform, the pickle suit, right? And I go and you'll stop at a Wawa for a coffee, and someone will say to me, "Hey, thank you for your service." Thank me?
Yeah.
That's nice, and you even said it. But how often do we say it to those good firefighters out there, those good police officers,
You're right.
those good community leaders
You're right.
who are making a difference? How often do we say thank you for their service? So from Ciro Poppiti and the Poppiti clan to those making a difference in our community, thank you for your service. I'm doing my little part, okay?
Yeah.
And I appreciate your big part.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and we have that DETV one. We're going to piggyback and say thank you also. It's a tough job out there, and for you to sacrifice your time, your energy, and to keep us safe, we definitely like to say thank you as well.
And those that are doing the right thing,
Yeah.
they need to be affirmed.
You're right.
And they need to know that we have their back.
Yeah.
Because they are doing the right thing.
You're right. You're right.
Right?
You're right. I can't say anything else, but you're absolutely right.
I like this. You know why? Because you're getting into who I am beyond running for lieutenant governor.
Yeah.
Because and I say this hand in hand, I'm a real person. I have a life outside of this ivory tower we call political life.
I think and I know people don't see that. You know,
they hear me saying seniors, and they hear me. I'm for pardon reform, and I'm for giving people a chance, and I am for all that.
Yeah.
But if you hear why people are convalescing or getting around my campaign, it's because I'm a real person. I've been here for a while. I come from a lot of different communities. You hit on it, the arts community. Yes, my service, being a lawyer, I've been involved in the community.
That's
big. And people are going to be surprised at how well I do. Ciro got these many votes. Yes.
Ciro from Sally's.
Yeah, right. Ciro from Sally's. That Lucas kid. Yes, because it's more than just a resume, and it's more than just running on a campaign.
Right.
The past 3 months in a glossy ad and a commercial. Mm-hmm. You know what it's about? It's who are you? What have you meant to this community? Yeah. That's the Delaware way. Yeah.
So let's talk about. You said seniors.
Yeah, seniors. And we can also talk about something big that happened in my life this week with the NAACP.
Let's start there. All right, great. What happened this last week?
So, through the campaign, and just take a step back, I'm the Register of Wills, which means I help people when someone dies in their family. Mm-hmm. And so what I have done as the Register of Wills is really champion free clinics, free legal clinics, where you can meet with a lawyer for free to help with a power of attorney or a healthcare directive or a will. And the Bar Association does a great job, and we've been part of that. And I took the idea, talking with our leadership, because they came to me saying, and especially in Wilmington, saying, Ciro, we have so many people who have cleaned up their life after they did the wrong thing.
Right.
And they can't get the shadow off of them, because when they go to a job, now they've lived a clean life for 5 years, 10 years, but when they go to the job and they check that criminal record, that misdemeanor from 10 years, a harassment, a bouncing a check from 10 years ago is stopping folks from getting a job. Yeah. How can you help us as lieutenant governor? And I said, what? I don't need to be elected lieutenant governor to help you right now. So I began running free legal clinics here in the city of Wilmington, where folks who have been doing the right thing for years now get free legal advice on how to get their record erased, expunged, cleaned up. And it was a powerful moment for me. I learned something. You know why? Because I want to tell you something. When I originally ran the first clinic, I thought, these folks are nice and they're doing well, but I won't be able to help them. They're all hardened criminals. They're kidding themselves that we can get their records cleaned up. And then, boom, I became empowered. I had this clinic to empower them. I became empowered. You know why? The first person I met with, she had a misdemeanor from 10 years ago. One dumb mistake. And now she got married, she's cleaned up her life, she has children, she wants to come back into the workforce. Mm-hmm. First of all, she didn't know she could vote. We got her registered to vote. Secondly, she didn't know that she could, in fact, get her record pardoned and cleaned up and expunged.
Right.
And so I learned something. Here's the first case that I took.
Right.
I'm going to help you.
Right.
And so it wasn't just empowering folks to clean up their record, it was empowered me as a lawyer. And I brought a lot of lawyers with me, some of the best on the bar, some of the best at the bar. And both sides were empowered. Mm-hmm. And so what happened, that's a long way to get to the point, which is this week, the NAACP, while they don't endorse any candidate, let's be frank, they invited me down to Washington, D.C., to brief them on the good work that I'm doing here, and they want to know how can we join the train? How can we become a partner in what you're doing? And so that was such an affirmation to me, because I'm not even the lieutenant governor. I'm running for the position, yet doing something positive. The NAACP reached out to me from Washington. The big boys, the big ladies, asked me to come down and says, hey, Poppiti, we want to be involved with what you're doing.
Kid from Sally's.
Yes, a kid from Sally's.
Lucas.
Yeah, I walked over. Were you in Lucas?
Come on down, help us out.
Exactly.
That is amazing.
That is amazing. And so we have been talking about some reforms, because the Board of Pardons, the group that helps you get that record erased and expunged, they meet only in Dover. So if you're in Wilmington, how are you going to get to Dover? How are you even going to know about it? Right? And if you apply now to get your record cleaned up, it's going to be well over a year before you. If you need a job now, can you wait a year?
Can't wait.
So if you've been doing the right thing, shouldn't government empower you? Aren't we interested in rewarding those who are why do the right thing if you're just stuck with the shadow?
See, you know what the thing about you, Ciro, and I'm going to keep it cut and dry with you, right? The thing is, you're already doing it, and you understand strategy, and even if and I don't want to speak this on you, so let me say this correctly. You're going to do this regardless.
Right.
Because that's just the type of guy you are.
Right.
And as long as I've known you, I can see your heart is in the right place.
Thank you.
for the NAACP
Yeah.
to call you to say, and
again, they don't endorse anybody.
And they're not endorsing
right.
you. And also to see what you're doing with the Senior Bill of Rights, and also see what you're doing with the pardon for calling your friends, which are lawyers, and to say, hey, we have to help these guys
and
ladies continue their life. They're trying to start over. We have to get them pardoned. That is crazy. That is like straight bananas. So,
but it goes to our philosophy. You asked me, who am I? Right? When I started, and so here's my philosophy. Give me a place to stand, and I can move the world. That's who I
don't want to continue this interview. He done wrapped it up. Wow. Say it again.
Give me a place to stand, and I can move the world. That has been true since human beings have been on the earth.
Wow. That's sick.
All right. Now, can we do it together, gang?
Yeah.
Forget politics. Forget an election. Can we build this community together? We're going to do it. Let's pledge to each other to start now. Give you a place to stand, listening to this program, and you can change the world too. That's what we're about.
Wow. What's St. Francis' life? St. Francis.
All right, St. Francis' life. So I have something, and you mentioned it's called the Seniors' Bill of Rights, okay? Because I'm interested in empowering seniors, and by empowering seniors, enabling them, for example, to stay in their homes so if they don't want to go to assisted living or they don't want to go to a nursing home, they don't have to. It's a key because it provides them quality of life. You know, I'm talking about your mom and dad, right? Then it provides mom and dad quality of life, but at the same time, it does something magical. It cuts the cost to the state. The cost of a nursing home bed goes from $8,000 to $10,000 a month. With my program, I'm going to get to it now, St. Francis Life, it comes down to about $5,500. So if we empower seniors, guess what we do? We bring the cost to the state, to us taxpayers, down. Isn't that an incredible idea?
Yeah, man.
Less cost doesn't have to mean less service. And then what happens is this. With those savings, guess what we can do with it? We can reinvest it in DETV, so small mom and pop entrepreneurs can grow, so we can better educate our kids or pave a road out there. You see, we have to get a hold of the cost of aging. So what St. Francis Life does is one example of how we can do it. St. Francis Life is a center here in Wilmington. Instead of mom and dad going to a nursing home, we pick them up every day. They stay in their home. We bring them down to our center on the riverfront. They get fed, they see a doctor, nurse. If they want to go to Christiana Mall, we'll drive them to Christiana Mall. They want to go across the street and see the Blue Rocks, we'll go across the street and see the Blue Rocks.
Right.
Quality of life, and guess what? They get to stay at home in their bed. Our generation knows mom and dad are safe, and so our lives aren't disrupted as the caregivers. And then bottom line, everybody has quality of life. The costs to the state come down. So there's money left in the budget to help entrepreneurs, to help in terms of reforming the criminal justice system, to help with education. Win, win, win across the board. Now, if we don't start moving in the right direction in terms of empowering seniors, building more options for them, there's nothing going to be left in the budget. The costs of aging are skyrocketing.
So we need to start with the seniors.
Yeah.
And starting with that will help us work back.
The biggest hole in the budget right now is the costs of aging. We fill that hole, suddenly there will be money on the table for everything else we want to do. See, I'm strategy. Go to the biggest issue, tackle that, then suddenly it's a win-win across the board for everything else you want to do.
Can you win?
Can I win? I've already won. Because it's more than just election. Why are you laughing?
No, because
why are you laughing?
The confidence, it's freaking amazing, man. No, and I'm not saying that to say you're arrogant. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is like, I'm helping people. I already won.
That's exactly right.
It's not about office. It's about me doing what I was sent here to do, and I'm helping people. Game's over.
The NAACP had me down at the Washington office this week to thank me for what I'm doing. That's bigger than any victory I can have.
Poppiti?
Yes.
From Silas?
Yes.
From Lucas?
Yeah, exactly right.
What's going on, everybody? Look, we got to cut this short. This is not even short. I love talking to Ciro, but if you want to hear more about Ciro and what he's doing or see what he's doing, tell the people where they can find you, Ciro.
Ciro for Delaware. Very complicated. Ciro for Delaware.com, CIRO for Delaware. Thank you. Bucket list completed.
Oops.
We've done it. And we're going to do it again.
Yes.
Maybe from the Lieutenant Governor's office.
I'm going to hold you to that.
All right.
It's your main man. Check us out, DETVCH.com. We're here live and direct, positive news. Remember, it's your turn to meet the candidate. If you like the message that you heard, feel free to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my page right here so I can continue giving you more and more positive things that keep you going throughout the day, throughout the week, and throughout your life. It is your main man, Big Ive, the talk of the town. Live life, be happy, meditate, and thank you for your time and space.